All right, we're back at the 2026 Lancaster Archery Classic here in Olympic Hall as our shoot-ups continue from Spooky Nook Sports Complex here in Manheim, Pennsylvania, the largest indoor facility for sports in the United States. I'm Greg White, sitting next to Dan Yazza, part of the U.S. Archery team for field, and Dan has competed all around the world in archery. And Dan, so far, we've seen some pretty incredible archery. I know that you've been watching Olympic recurve longbow. Now we get into the bows with a lot of mechanical things moving around. And this is one of the largest class we have. Open category for amateurs. What are you expecting? We have 8 people in our shoot-up.
I'm looking at some of the names that are on the list, and I've shot with them before. I've seen them shoot before, and I'm expecting some pretty big scores coming out of these guys.
Yeah, I mean, this is such a high level. So many archers competed to get here. Now, this tournament, very unique. Let's talk a little bit about what we are faced with here at the Lancaster Archery Classic 2026. So, in this particular category, here are the shoot-up rules. The top 8 have qualified. We're going to explain more about that. And they're broken by ties. Now, the bottom-up format, this is the real thing. So, you have your number 8 shooter coming in. Your number 7 shooter, they're going to shoot. Whoever wins that goes face number 6. Whoever wins that moves and keeps climbing the ladder. We've seen somebody do it once. But Dan, talk about this scoring.
So this is a very unique target in the target archery world with the 12 ring and play. No other place in the world has this where you've got a little white dot. It's a little bit smaller in the X ring, down in the 6. So it's a lot of risk and reward.
So now you know what's going on. They're shooting 20 yards down range, but it's time to get this competition underway. So here is PJ Riley.
Okay, our next division is men's open division shooting compound bows. Our 8th seed is Noah Coyle from Plainfield, Indiana. Let's give Noah a big hand. Congratulations, Noah. Welcome to the stage. Our 7th seed is Nate Sellers. Nate Sellers from Phillipsburg, PA. It's his first time on stage. Congratulations, Nate. Welcome to the final stage.
All right, so these archers now taking the center stage for our first shoot-up. And a good look at, these young archers here out of Indiana. And for Noah, 11 years already shooting. And his highlight is coming to this stage. And why wouldn't it be? I mean, this is just such a massive, massive place to be. And I'll tell you what, the nerves right here for Nate Sellers, who comes in. And for Nate Sellers, 34 years old, been shooting for 24 years, and he has got a heavy hitter in his coaching box. We'll talk about that when we get to it. But so many archers competing in this category. It's quite impressive, Dan Yazza, just to get here.
Yes, it is. I mean, you think of the things they had to go through, 64 up format, shooting all their qualifying arrows, and every arrow counts for a score. So there's a close one to the 11 line there.
All right, so these archers shooting 20 yards downrange from where they're standing, 40-centimeter target base. So
11.
You have 2 rings in the middle. The larger of those 2 rings measures 4 centimeters, and then the middle ring, which you normally would shoot if you were shooting a Vegas round as an X, that's going to be 2 centimeters, and that's going to count for 11 points. So that's why you shoot in qualification 60 arrows, but because that 11's in play, it's counted as a 660 round.
11.
Good start here for Noah with a couple of 11s. Putting a little bit of pressure on Nate. Put one in the middle here. Let's see how he does.
376 shooters tried to get to this point with only 8 remaining at the beginning of the weekend. 376 in the East Coast's largest archery tournament.
Didn't really like that shot there at the end there. You could see kind of gave it a little bojitsu and didn't quite give it enough.
Little Bo Kwando, and just like that, it's a 1-point lead for Coyle. Now here's PJ.
First time on the stage?
First time at the stage, fourth time at the tournament.
All right, how's it feel to get here? Is this something you've been working for?
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Like, ever since I was a kid, I dreamed of being up here, and I'm finally here, so I just hope to enjoy it.
Ever since you were a kid, was that like last year or something?
No, like 8 years ago, probably.
Gotcha. Well, Noah, we appreciate you coming out. I only say that because I'm old, you're not. We have a 1-point lead. One-point lead, yes. 31-30 for Noah.
So for Noah, 19 years old, and he has been shooting for 11 years, so that would track.
Yeah.
8 years old when he started shooting. All right, so Sellers at PA.
He actually has I believe I started seeing him. He's got a little YouTube page on, got a little bow shop, and it's good to see him out here shooting and making the stage and getting to be up here and promote himself a little bit.
Coming out of Average Jack Archery, like Average Joe's Gym, from one of your favorite movies of all time. Good look at full draw. 30-second shot clock.
Yeah.
30-second shot clocks, though. So basically, whenever your competitor's arrow impacts the target, your clock will start.
Yeah, 30 seconds is actually quite a long time to get one of these shots off. You do have time to let down if you need to, but you better make that decision quick.
So compared to the category that we just saw, longbow, where basically anything on a single spot is possible. If you look, one of the characteristics, I'm not going to say it's an advantage or disadvantage, but one of the characteristics of choosing a 3-spot is that the furthest ring out, if you miss it, it's a miss. So you don't have that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ring in play.
Yeah, if you look at some of these scores, these guys, I mean, they're never leaving the yellow for the most part. I mean, you may have an errant arrow every now and again, but I think the benefits far outweigh the negatives when you're going on a 3-spot shooting these big arrows in here. Nate seems to be getting dialed in here a little bit better. 11, 11, 10.
You can see the bottom right-hand part of your screen. If you're somebody that's in your vehicle right now watching this live on your phone and you can't quite make out what that is an impact graphic that we have, and you can see that Coyle is in the purple. So you can see where those arrows are impacting as we use a single spot to denote that. Here's PJ.
Very nerve-wracking.
A little bit of nerves going there?
Just a little bit, yeah. We're going 8 ring to 8 ring right now with the pins, so it's feeling great.
Nate Sellers has an excellent YouTube channel, Average Jack Archery. If you want to get some great tips, Nate shares on products, different techniques, things to improve your archery. Be sure to check out Average Jack Archery on YouTube. Nate Sellers gives a lot of great information there. So after 2 ends, we have Nate with a 1-point lead, 62-61.
Exactly the way this match is expected to be going, nice and close with compound. And even though this technically is an amateur class, when you get to the final 8, you know where the middle is.
Yeah, I mean, you're looking at some of these scores, like Nate shot a 647, which would almost qualify him for the pro class, and they're top 64. So, I mean, these guys are throwing down some good scores.
So Nate Sellers to full draw. You can see his technique of wrapping his thumb around his button.
10-11 line, I think it's 10.
Here's the 19-year-old. What style of release is he shooting?
So that's a hinge release. So you heard it click there. You can shoot those with or without clicks, but it fires off of rotation. You can achieve that in a multitude of different ways, but that one fires off rotation. You can see Nate is shooting a thumb button, where it's kind of like a trigger on a gun, where you have to depress the piece that's on his thumb until it fires.
Yeah, I've shot a hinge before, and basically I just rotate my hand when it's time to release the shot. It's just not a very good way to do it. He's pulling through the shot, trying to rotate that release around. So the big thing with that hinge, I guess, is I hear people talk about surprise shot.
Yeah, trying to maintain your focus on just continuing to expand and add pressure instead of like trying to just push the button to make it go off and anticipate the shot. So you'll see some guys when they kind of jump when the shot goes off, it was more of an anticipated shot than one that broke without him really knowing when it was gonna go off. You kind of know, but you don't really know.
And if you're just joining us, our dead center scoring up there, you see the 10 asterisks that Sellers has. That's a question that we have, and a judge will go down there and take a look at it and confirm what that score will actually be. So for the moment, it looks like we have 32-30 on that end and a 93-92 score, but we'll wait for the official confirmation. PJ.
Concept 37, Excel sight, Excel scope, Pro Blade rest, specialty peep, Easton bars, Easton arrows, and fulcrum AC release.
All right, good looking setup there. Nate, we got time. Let's run through your setup as well. And I should have mentioned, Nate, I mentioned your YouTube channel. You also have a shop by the same name, Average Jack Archery.
I do. If you're ever up in Phillipsburg, come on into the store. I'm running Elite, Exalt, LD, Bee Stinger, CBE bars, CBE sight and scope, Hamsky rest, Scott release, and Ultra 27 arrows. Whenever I get some here from Darren. Appreciate it.
Darren Christianberry said he took care of them for you. All right. After 2 ends, we have a 1-point lead for Noah Coyle, 93-92.
You can see Darren Christianberry having a conversation with his shooter. Darren, one of the nicest people in archery, and of course, a staple with Elite Archery. Manages the pro staff, and just an all-around great guy, and very friendly face. Good guy to have in your coaching box. Very experienced.
Can't find a better guy than Darren out there. I think they were actually probably discussing when they were going to hit that 12 button.
Oh, let's go. Let's start warming up some 12s here.
10.
Been a couple shots that have dropped a little low. You almost kind of wonder if you're in his coach's box, like grab a click or two. Noah?
9 line.
It's a 9-10 liner for Sellers in that. Yeah, I think he's going to have to start hitting some 12s. Again, a new rule change for 2026 allows these archers to go after the 12 anytime they want, and they have 4 total that they can use.
Yeah, so with Noah dropping that arrow there, I mean, Nate's kind of in the driver's seat. I'll probably go for an 11 there and here, and then see what Noah does on the last shot to determine whether I'm going to hit that 12 button or not.
11.
Mm-hmm. So, we're all tied up.
So now Nate's got the decision. Looks like he's going to go for an 11 and a tie, and then they can go to a shoot-off. There we go.
Mm-hmm.
They put an asterisk by that one. We'll see if they...
I'm not sure. Yeah, they're going to have to check. We'll see. Now it's up to the judges to make the call. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Again, this shoot-up format, if you're just joining us, this is the amateur open category, the highest attended category here at the Lancaster Archery Classic. And we're in the shoot-up. This is 8 against 7. Whoever wins this is going to go shoot against number 6 archer. Whoever wins that goes up against number 5 as we march our way to becoming the Lancaster Archery champion for 2026 in this category. We're in the middle of the open category. We still have women's barebow coming up. Women's open pro, barebow, and open pro.
There it is. They upgraded it to an 11. Oh, and they gave Noah an 11 on that first one. Wow. Wow, that changed things a lot there.
Yeah, and that's called by our judge. So Coyle's going to win it. Even though Sellers gets his upgraded, it's going to be the 19-year-old Noah Coyle who advances. So Sellers going to finish in 8th place. Here's PJ.
You betcha. Okay, our number 6 seed in the men's open division is Jeremy Kunsman from Painesville, Ohio. Let's give it up for Jeremy. Jeremy Kunsman. Surviving the matches this morning is very tough. Congratulations, Jeremy. welcome to the stage.
All right, so the 29-year-old Kunsman from Ohio coming in. And he had qualified with a score of 650 out of a possible 660. I mean, you know, we're starting to get to the top, and you can see been shooting for 9 years, and the highlight of his archery career so far for Jeremy on the stage right here. Why wouldn't it be?
Yeah, I've shot with Jeremy for actually quite a few years, and it's really cool to see him up here on the stage. I know he works really hard at it, and I'm pretty proud to see him up there on the stage.
All right, so 40-centimeter target down range. Of course, here in Olympic Hall, we have Dart and Black Eagle, True Ball, Excel. Got us going, and once your scoring graphic comes up, presented by Dead Center Archery Products.
11.
Good start for Jeremy there.
Mm-hmm.
So it also looks like Jeremy made Noah bump over to the other side here, give him a little bit different look with the lights. Didn't look like it affected them, though.
First arrow, it didn't work exactly, but I think that's the gamesmanship you got to think about before you head out here.
11.
You know, the other thing, too, that a lot of these archers have that we haven't had a ton of in the past is now as we get to 12 and you get more experience, does moving someone off their spot work? Is it not working? What about lighting conditions? When
11.
they have a professional lighting person come in here and actually light this center stage, and so they work really hard to duplicate exactly what happened last year. And so they try to make it consistent year to year so people can get their good information. But for Kunsman, out of the box with a 33. See if we can match it here and start to, as we get closer to the top of this pile.
Oh, that's a close one. 11, 10, 9.
It looks like it caught. But
Yeah, 27.
You can tell Noah's getting a little bit more comfortable up there. You can see his hand shaking a little bit less than it was the first match. So
Here's PJ.
4.
This is my first time.
First time to the tournament, first time to the stage.
First time to the stage.
All right, coming from Ohio, let's run through your equipment. Tell us what you're shooting today.
I'm shooting a Matthews Halon X Comp. I've got Rogue bowstrings, Excel sights with the Shrewd scope, Shrewd bars, and stand release.
Arrows, you're shooting
Gold tip.
gold tip. You're making Tim Gillingham happy this weekend. Jeremy, how's it feel to be up there on the stage?
It's different.
This isn't like shooting a league night back home, is it? All right. So our judge says that was at 11. So we have a tie match, 33-33. Perfect arrows for these archers. Give it up for them.
Well, Dan Yazza, you know, oftentimes the thought is, how do I at home try to simulate pressure of being at a place like this, or just being in a gold medal match, or, you know, you've been in medal matches plenty of times in your career. Is it even possible to try to simulate something like that?
yes and no. I mean, the biggest thing is going out and shooting in so many different places, or as many different places as you can.
Dead center.
And I know Ohio Premier, where he shoots, they actually put in a brand new 50-meter range, and I know they do a lot of target archery stuff, so they have a lot of shoots there and everything. So getting yourself under pressure as many times as you can before you get into a stage like this is key.
Yeah, I think it's really important, as that's an uncharacteristic bobble in the 9 ring, is to get out to your local tournaments, and that's the best way to create
11.
pressure. Whew. He's got such a good shot, does Kunsman.
Yeah. And Ohio has a lot of really, really good archers. So there's, I mean, even like I know I think he shoots over at McCormick, and there's a lot of great shooters that shoot over there too on Wednesday
11.
nights. Like you're putting yourself under pressure every week, again and again and again. You figure out how your body responds, and that's the key. Put yourself under pressure and see how your body responds to it.
Go find some local shops that have indoor ranges this time of year and that do run league nights, and it's a lot of good camaraderie too. And it is important. If you shoot alone all the time, it's a different feeling when you're standing on qualification rounds and you have someone in front of you and someone directly behind you.
9.
Ooh, Bo Kwon Do didn't work. And that also sometimes can be the pressure getting to, oftentimes with adrenaline we see archers in compound drop that a little bit low. But here's PJ again.
Nerves have settled down a lot.
Settled down a lot. All right.
Yeah, it feels good now.
So some folks say there's an advantage to coming in as a lower seed. You get used to this versus, you know, just coming up as the 1 seed. That's your only match.
I mean, I guess we'll see, right? Test the theory. Test the theory.
Test the theory, he says. That's right. Men's Open. We've had one archer. Everyone remembers Tim, the CEO Hanley, came as the number 8 seed, ended up winning the whole thing, so it can be done. After 2 ends, Jeremy Kunsman holds a 2-point lead, 64-62. Remember, we got the 12 buttons, guys. 4 arrows per match, you can call it.
It can be done, for sure. But to be CEO, the sequel, it's a lot of arrows to shoot, especially in this format. It'd be different, I think, you know, if you're coming from the number 4 seed. But the fact that you're going to have to shoot, you know, those 7 matches to get to number 1 and then sit someone down who's sitting on the confidence of being the number 1 qualifier, who's been just outside the Olympic Hall practicing, has been sitting down resting, and you're on center stage here. What Tim Hanley did all those years ago, pretty incredible, and to duplicate it would be something special.
Yeah, that was pretty amazing to watch. I mean, I couldn't believe it when he came all the way up and won that match.
10.
Okay, so this young man has got to just get it back to the middle. Those 2 little low 9s.
11.
There you go. Brought one back on Jeremy there. Back to a 1-point match.
11.
Boy, I like Jeremy's bow arm. Like, you know, on the release, he keeps his bow arm nice and strong, guiding the bow towards the target.
11.
You see the little bobble there right before the shot broke, but he was able to keep it in the 11.
10.
This to tie it up if he can shoot it in the 11. No 12s have been called yet. You did see right towards the end of that shot, you saw the movement. The bow arm was moving up and down. Almost looked like he was trying to find the middle and just couldn't quite get there. So an opportunity there lost.
Jeremy, how about you?
And here's BJ.
Calming down as we move into this match.
They're actually getting worse.
Well, all right. What do you do to control that at the shot?
I just trust my shot process and hope for the best.
That's all you can do. I say that like I know. I don't have any idea. I'd probably keel over dead if I was up there. Heart attack.
Oh, look, PJ's a good shot. We know PJ's a good shot. But it is something different being up on that stage. You know, I come in here on Wednesday, and this incredible crew is setting up this entire venue that you're seeing here. And oftentimes I get asked for camera blocking to stand on stage and shoot. And even with no one in this room and the lights aren't completely set yet or whatever,
11.
It is definitely different. But look, I don't blame Jeremy. As you know, your nerves, I think, are going to come and go with the match because you see everything right in front of your face, downrange from the athletes just before the target. They have their own scoring. They have a clock. They have their name there. It's not just the fact that you're on an elevated platform. It's the fact that you have all these people here watching you. You know the live feed's going out that you've watched personally many times. And now you're adding the pressure of, okay, there's money on the line, there's recognition. This is the amateur class. Is there a possibility, Dan, that you do well in this class if you want to bump yourself up to the pro class?
11.
You're looking at potential sponsors and other people to recognize you?
Yeah, absolutely. And this is a great stage for these amateurs to be able to go out and show themselves and let these sponsors
11,
and
dead center.
other manufacturers
12 is called.
see how you perform under pressure. We got our first 12 called here.
Going for that 1.5 centimeter ring.
Seven.
Just all right.
Yeah, he was down 13 there. So, I mean, it was last arrow. He had the chance to just go for it and see if he could get the match a little closer. But congratulations to Jeremy on that match win.
So 4 ends in the book, and unofficially 127 to 121. And PJ's giving us the information.
Thank you. Congrats.
Okay, our 5th seed is Matthew Byrnes. Matthew Byrnes from Easton, Pennsylvania. This is his 9th classic stage. He's a veteran of the classic stage. Let's give it up for Matthews. Matthew. Welcome back, buddy.
All right, so for Byrnes, the 25-year-old, been shooting since he was 8 years old, and out of Easton, Pennsylvania. And this is our 8-shooter shoot-up format. We're gonna have a couple classes that do that, depending on the size of the class, and this is one of them. And so now we've had our number 8 qualifier and our number 7 qualifier sit down. So we're down to the top 6 as we continue to march our way towards our number 1 qualifier. And Dan, what's so unique about this tournament too is not the fact that, you know, oftentimes you'll see a tournament where you shoot qualification rounds that ranks you, and then that score that you shot kind of disappears. It's just your ranking. But this tournament is done in a very different way.
Yeah, so I mean, this is nice because every arrow you shoot from the moment you start in your qualifications all the way through your elimination matches, all those arrows add up, and then you get ranked from there. So if you look at Matthew, he was ranked 14th in qualification, but then he shot a high enough score that it bumped him up into 6th on the rankings here. So he has to shoot less arrows if he's going to end up winning the whole thing.
Yeah, every point matters when you come to the Lancaster Archery Classic. And of course, you're looking at the score there. Dead Center Archery Products presenting the score up top, and you see the 10 asterisks for Kunsman, and that is basically like a judge is going to have to make that call.
10.
And of course, right here in the Olympic Hall, this is brought to you by Darton, Black Eagle, True Ball, and Excel.
11.
$32 points on the board
11 line.
for Matthew. So we're going to get that call from the judges. So here's Matt Byrnes.
Does it get any easier?
No. No.
9th time feels just as scary as the first time.
Yeah, a little bit.
All right. Do you have a way of practicing this with the nerves at home?
There's a couple of shops I shoot at. Archie at the Glen, Ram with Rob DeFonso. I shoot at his big tournament every year, so a little bit of practice.
A little bit of practice. All right, well, welcome back. We certainly appreciate you putting up with the punishment to keep coming back here again and again, 9 times on the classic stage. That's incredible. I should mention this is our men's open division. This is our biggest division at the classic, and I think it's certainly one of the most difficult to win. These guys are all so good, and there's about like 400 of them competing this weekend. So congrats to all these guys who made it up here on the stage. Let's get the crowd going. Come on.
Hey, listen, Byrne's trying to get every advantage he possibly can at this point, you know. And yeah, it's true. 376 archers compete in this open category. It's the largest category amateurs compete in. Obviously, we know indoor archery lends itself to compound shooting a ton. And so these are some of the top that we have in the country. And of course, if you're just joining us now and you're wondering what's going on here in Olympic Hall, just want to update everyone that we have a massive weather front that's coming in. So there was a decision made a couple days ago to cancel our activities on Sunday. So this is the only day that we have the competition. And there's a simultaneous stream going on right now for some of the other competitions in their shoot-up formats. And so we have some of the premier archers, premier classes going on here in Olympic Hall. I'm Greg White, sitting alongside Dan Yazza,
10.
who's coming at us here from shooting, competing in archery around the world with USA Archery's field team, shooting USA Archery indoor. You've done Vegas. You've done pretty much everything there is to do out there, haven't you?
Yeah, been around the block a few times. Not as much as some, but I've done it quite a bit. So
11.
And it is nice having this great big huge hall with this weather front coming in. I remember like 10 years ago I had some Facebook memories popping up of that big storm we had where we had to cancel a whole bunch of the shoots.
Yeah.
11.
Now with this great big facility, it's like they were able to cram everything in and make sure everyone was able to shoot all their arrows.
Yeah. All right, here's PJ.
A lot of the manufacturers are sponsors here of the Classic, so run through your gear for us.
Got a PSE Super X. I got all AAE stuff, rests, bars, all the vanes, Shibuya sight, shrewd lens, and my gold tips are over there. Gold barrows and a Fulcrum Flex release.
Fulcrum Flex Release. All right. Once again, also making Tim Gillingham happy this weekend. We like to keep Tim happy. If you've ever seen him unhappy, you know why we like to keep him happy.
Okay, PJ. Yeah, Tim Gillingham, another staple in the archery world, and you can't miss him. Coming in about 6'5", and he knows what he's talking about with gold tip, no doubt about it.
That is true.
62-60.
Well, Dan Yazza, this is our first chance, this category, open category, to see a compound bow. So if you're new to archery, or even if you're just live in recurve world, tell us a little bit about a compound bow and what makes it kind of work.
So a compound bow, you've got a few different styles of cam systems. A lot of them are going to be towards the binary side nowadays. But you've got limbs and cams, and as the cams roll over, you get a mechanical advantage, and there's let off there. So even if you may be pulling 60 pounds, depending on your let off, you may only be holding 15 pounds at full draw. So it makes it a little bit easier to hold it. So you can see like these guys will hold a little bit longer than like a recurve or a longbow will hold. And with the ability to have magnification and lenses, click sights, click micro-adjust sights, you can be really, really precise with those.
Yeah, magnification lenses can vary anywhere from none to 8 power, I think, traditionally, and with fiber pin sights and lights available in this tournament as well. I mean, just they're super bikes in motorcycle world. They're Formula One cars and Formula One world. So these things have got all the bells and whistles, and ooh, those are the ones you don't like, yeah.
So Jeremy's got a chance here to take a lead with an 11. See if he can capitalize.
9.
He didn't like
Yeah,
that shot
9-2.
either. You could see just that towards the end of that shot cycle, it just started moving around.
1 end to go.
So with 1 end to go, we're looking at a 92-91, so a single point advantage. Here's PJ.
Going a little better.
A little better. Calming down.
Oh yeah, quite a bit.
All right. All right, Jeremy. We're going into the last end. We got these 12s. So if folks remember how we do the 12 ring, we changed it this year to allow folks to use 4 at any time just for this type of situation. We used to limit to 1 per end, but now if Jeremy wants to, he can call 12 on every one of these arrows. I probably wouldn't recommend it, but hey, if he wants to.
He won't.
Now, PJ likes to goat the archers a little bit, like, hey, man, I'm just saying 12's available if you want to hit the button every time. Not with a 1 point difference. I don't think you want to do that.
No, I mean, I could see if there's a 6 or 7 point difference, being able to maybe put a little pressure on Matthew, but yeah, it's going to come down to the last arrow on this one, whether he makes the call or not.
Do you think we ever get to the point where we're going 12's available at every single, like 3 and end?
I don't know. For me, I like the grind of just trying to put it in the middle every single time, and the risk reward of the 12. I mean, you could be just barely off, and all of a sudden you drop 5 points.
Yeah. All right, so here we go.
10.
This is your number 6 qualifying archer shooting off against number 5.
11.
Nice shot
12.
for
There
Byrnes.
goes,
12
it was going to
called.
be a 12. Yep. Saw that coming when he took another point on him there. Jeremy just got to trust his shot, not try to over-aim on this. Let it float around that dot and break a good shot.
Got it.
And he
12.
got it.
Nice. All it had to do was just touch that outer line. But he was able to get at least a quarter, maybe a third in there.
That'll put a little bit of pressure on Matthews, knowing he's got to hit the 11s. There you go.
12 called again.
Second 12 called. Pretty aggressive to the back wall. I haven't seen a lot of that from him.
I can't see
Ooh,
it.
that's so close.
Oh.
I'm not really sure if he got it.
It looks just off.
Again, all he needs to do is contact the line, but it's where the arrow settles. So, right now called a 7, but we're going to have to see how that one goes.
10.
Ooh. 10-9 liner. PJ was looking through a scope, so this can go any which way. Let's see what happens with the judges here. We have a judge's perspective. So you can see the judge down at the target, the right middle part of your screen. When the determination is made on the last end, the judge is going to give an indication, right or left, who actually won the match. Or if both arms go out, that means it's a tie, and we're going to go to a tiebreaker. So, confidence calls and hush in the crowd.
12.
Oh, they got it. Jeremy got it. Momentum shifter.
Momentum shifter. So Jeremy Kunsman's gonna win this one by a single point. And boy, that rule change really helped him out. The first time we've really seen that rule change be an advantage for an archer behind, and he ends up winning by a point to advance.
Yeah, that was a great ending, and showed what Jeremy can do under a little bit of pressure.
Jeremy calling for some water, because that's exactly what happens when you're under that kind of pressure. So here we have our number 6 archer, knocks off number 5. Here's Rob Koffelt.
Marco Morello. Marco Morello from Torino, Italy. Come on down, Marco Morello. Let's give it up for Marco.
Was Torino where did you go to Torino to compete?
No, it was Cortina d'Ampezzo.
Yeah, and that's the World Archery.
Yep.
33 years old, from Torino, been shooting for 22 years, third at the World Games on a recurve. Now gone to what we call the dark side, coming on over to the compound. You know, I think there's a difference, when you're away from competition, there's definitely a different approach from recurve to compound. And some of that, I think, has to do with the amount of time you actually have to spend training.
Yeah, I mean, shooting a recurve, I've talked to some guys that are very high level, and the amount of time you have to put in to stay consistent is unreal.
Yeah, it really is, and it's quite a lot of things on a compound bow in this open category that you have to help you hit the middle. Everything from the things that you brought up, the stabilizers, to the release aids, to the magnification on the scopes, the micro adjustments, and of course, the amount of time and accuracy you can get out of fine-tuning the actual launching system. Right?
Great start there for Marco.
Yeah, it's going to be a big confidence builder that whatever you brought from the practice range over to the Olympic Hall is very important.
Yeah, anytime you make a switch going from one room to another or one stage to the other, the first arrow, it's like you're trying to make as good of a shot as you can, just hoping it's going to land where you think it's going to.
First end of 4, you can see the Dead Center Archery products scoring on the top of your screen. If there's any discrepancy, as these archers are putting them right there in the middle, you'll see an asterisk go by next to the score. We'll tell you about that. And of course, this haul brought to you by Dart, Black Eagle, and True Ball Excel.
Great start there for Jeremy with 33.
Puts a little pressure on. Even for Morello, there's no way to avoid knowing the score of your competitor in this shoot-up category.
11,
Answer's
33.
perfect. Great shot there.
Give it up for these guys.
Looks very, very confident in the shot. Good follow through.
Marco on the top 8. Came in at the number 7 qualifier to 650. Here's PJ.
Final stage. Is this your first time here?
Yes, it's my first time on the stage.
How many times have you been to the tournament?
It's the second one,
Second one. What do you think?
but my first one was with Rico.
Oh, okay. What do you think of this format, this setup? You're competing here this weekend. How do you like it?
Was beautiful with recurve and it's beautiful now.
All right. Came here with a recurve. Now he's here with the compound. And after one end, these guys are perfect. 33-33.
Now, Dan Yazza, I'm not an authority on what's easier to do going from a recurve to a compound or a compound to a recurve. All I know is results that we've seen from the past, and it seems to be more advantageous for someone to go from a recurve to a compound. Your thoughts?
I would tend to agree.
There's a shooter that I know from Canada, Crispin Duenas, and Crispin, of course, multi-time Olympian with recurve for his country of Canada. And we were having a conversation, and he said,
11.
I want to go, try a compound bow. So I lent him a compound bow, and one of the first matches in competition, he shot a 700 out of 720 points. And I was like,
11.
Okay. You're like, give me the bow back. I believe we had someone up here earlier that's made the switch from recurve to compound as well.
Yeah. Yep. So
9.
Jeremy didn't like that shot. You could see it right when the release went off. He didn't like it.
yeah, you can see if you have a bow that's working for you, and it always hits where the dot is, and that dot is not in the middle when it goes off, you're just like, please, I need something from you. Ooh.
11.
Good recovery. All right.
Oh, Jeremy called the 12.
So his first 12 called of this match. Of course, if you're watching the live feed, Drew Ball and Excel, and that dead center score on top.
Just off.
Well, we know what his next 3 arrows are going to be.
Yeah, 12s.
Going to have to be now.
Don't even turn the light off. Just leave it on.
11.
Especially if Marco
Another
keeps putting down
33
arrows like
for
that.
Marco Morello.
Here's BJ.
Marco, back-to-back 33s. We got to have you run through your equipment for us because clearly it's working.
Okay, I shoot with the PSA Bow Dominator Duo, Axle Sight, Shrew Scoop, Turbo Release, and the Flex Strings.
And your arrows?
Is a gold tip, B-Stinger Stabilizer.
B-Stinger stabilizers. All right, B-Stinger and gold tip. You're really good friends with Tim.
PJ. Tim Gillingham's getting more press by just people shooting gold tip and bee stinger. The thing that's impressing me, I think, from the Italian is really he just has so much confidence in his shot.
His poise, just stand up there even talking. He seems very, very confident. He's very rock solid in his hold when he's at full draw. Great follow through. We all know classic European form is strong in the back end, strong follow through, and he's definitely exemplifying that today.
Let's see if Jeremy can turn his frown upside down. Get it? With the
11.
Smiley. All right. He does. Does good solid 11.
Marco is on a roll.
Yeah, we haven't seen a miscue from him yet. And this is how we expect things to go moving forward in this open category.
11.
Jeremy getting it back on track. So he's got 3 12s left, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see where he sits at the
11.
end of this end, and see if he's even in touching distance of getting him if he hits 3 12s.
11-33.
There we go. Strong answer for Jeremy there.
And they all looked in the same spot too.
11-33.
Wow. Just smoke.
So
Yeah.
he hits 312s,
Yeah.
and Marco hits 311s. He still
Yeah.
can't catch him.
Yeah, good point. There's only 3 extra points on the board. And
So he's going to have to hit all 312s and hope Marco has a miscue. And so far, it doesn't look like Marco's even had a sniff of a miscue yet.
he's not bothered at all. There is something that does happen to people if they get into lead. Like, you can get lead nerves without question. It's not like if you're in a lead that big. Sometimes I've seen people have a big problem if, you know, they're thinking too much, right? Like, oh, I just got to do my normal thing or whatever.
They
and
try to be too careful. They try to aim too precise. And instead of just flowing through their shot, they think about it too much.
Yeah, for sure. But this is impressive what we're seeing. I mean, this is a high-level performance from Marco Morello, who came into his qualifying matches or his elimination matches, and you know he shot like a 125, and then he went 129 and 132.
132, perfect on his last match. So. Oh. Wow. Almost the same hole.
Had to replace that target face for Marco too, because he's been crushing it.
Yep, Jeremy turned off the 12 button. Just going to shoot for the middle now.
Yeah, I know. You're kind of thinking like I am. Just leave it on, just in case.
Same hole.
Good last shot there for Jeremy to finish this match out. Good to see him up there. Went through a little bit of adversity in that last match, and going to be, looks like, going home thanks to Marco here.
10.
Oh, trying to go for the perfect round. Gets it so close. Just lost that 132 by a single point, but what shooting from the Italian, and will advance.
Jeremy Kunsman is going to finish in 5th place.
So for Jeremy, he finishes in 5th place in the open category. Of course, this is that amateur category. So, hey, for 5th place in this class, Jeremy won himself $1,000. More money to spend on archery, more archery equipment. So now here's Rob Koffold.
Ryan Irwin, come on down. Dundee, Michigan. It's his first classic stage. Congratulations, Ryan. You survived all the elimination rounds and got here. Welcome to the stage, buddy.
All right, so for Irwin, 34 years old. You can see he's been shooting for only 5 years at 34 years old, so a late bloomer. Coming in at a 6:49 qualifying round. And has been here at the Lancaster Archery Classic, what, 4 times?
4 times, yep. It looks like he shoots out of Adams Archery. I know they've got a great target program there. I think they do some Lancaster Classic warm-ups. They've got stages, they've got lights, so he's definitely, they definitely try to simulate the kind of pressure they're going to have in these areas, so that should help him here in this match.
Yeah, it does help if you're able to search for, before you come to this tournament, a lot of people just call it the Lancaster Archery Classic warm-up tournament, where they're going to have a format where everybody gets to shoot in these shoot-up formats, no matter how you qualified, and it gives people an opportunity to at least feel some of that pressure.
11.
All right, so back to the 11 ring, coming off of a nearly perfect round. We haven't seen one yet. We definitely expect to see a 132 from some of these archers, either in this category. We have, you know,
11.
In terms of compound, we have women's Open Pro coming up, and we still have the Open Pro category as well. And don't forget, Zernzak comes back here after these matches, and we got women's barebow and barebow category coming at you, still on the ticket.
So Ryan led off with a really, really strong 11, almost inside out. So we'll see if he can back that up here with another one.
9.
Yeah, just
A little bit wide.
Just at the end of the shot, I saw that movement. I saw his arm break left.
11, inside out.
Marco's looking really, really strong right now.
11.
Great finish there for Ryan. Putting him down 2 after the first end.
Here's PJ.
Classic stage, you got your first end under your belt. How's it feel?
Not too bad.
Not too bad. All right, I like the positivity. Do you have anything back home that kind of seems like this competition setup?
Yeah, we do an LAS prep and a bunch of smackdowns in Michigan.
At the LAS prep, I get like messages all the time. People ask for the size of these platforms. Do you shoot on platforms in your prep?
Yeah, 2 of them we did.
All right, good to hear. Well, welcome to the Lancaster Archery Classic final stage. After our first end, looks like we have a 2-point lead for Marco Morello, 33-31.
All right, so you can see there in our Dead Center Archery product scoring on 31 to 33. And of course, the 33-year-old Marco Morello from Torino, Italy, just on an absolute roll. He shot 5 ends so far on the stage, only dropping 1 single point so far. And again, he's been here before. He was 3rd at the World Games with a recurve, so adding some cables to the mix. Some magnification as well.
So we got Ryan going here. He's down 2. He does have a coach in his box who was on the stage last year, I believe. So Ryan's going to be able to talk him through some stuff and kind of maybe get his nerves settled down a little bit and see if we can't get him back on track.
See if this guy can continue his role. You can see.
A little long hold, starting to bop a little
11.
bit. Still catches in 11.
Inside out.
That shot went really, really fast after the click there.
It did. It's interesting looking at Marco, the way he shoots. You can see the orange band around the wrist
11.
of Ryan Irwin,
33.
right? It's got to be something where, you know, a lot of archers like to use it on their release, and if you watch his release hand, he doesn't have anything. He doesn't use a wrist wrap. He doesn't use a finger. He just controls it. He just controls it with his hands, you know?
Yeah, shooting on flat ground, I mean, bows today don't jump forward as much as they used to jump forward. They still do a little bit. I usually use a wrist sling on my bow, but I don't use it when I'm shooting flat. I only use it when I shoot downhill.
Oh, interesting. Boy, as we're sitting here right now, PJ talking to Ryan Irwin about what he's got going on.
All right, good setup there for Ryan. Our venue sponsors we should mention, True Ball Excel, Darton and Black Eagle. We thank them for their support this weekend. You can't do something like this. Look all around you. You can see what that cost. Thank you to our sponsors.
All right, so Morello continuing to put the pressure on his competition by not giving anybody anything. The question, I think, is when are we going to see Ryan Irwin go for that 12 button?
10.
Maybe sooner rather than later. Going to have to come down to see if Marco continues to put him in the 11 here. Put pressure on Ryan.
11.
So another 11. Now he's down 3. And with you can have 4 extra points with the 12s.
11.
Okay, caught that one. There's your advantage of your 27s. Diameter arrows. Marco with that thumb button. A good look at his release hand. It looks strong, but it looks relaxed at the same time. That looked like more like the shot was in control, like he was ahead of the bow and not behind the bow.
See what Marco can do here, and then if it's a 3-point advantage, he's going to have to go for the 12s because Marco seems to have no signs of giving up any points here.
10.
And as I say that,
nice job.
Commentator curse.
So 32 apiece. So looks like it's going to be a 2-point lead. So this is where the rule change for 2026. If you haven't heard, if you're just joining us or whatever, we used to be able to get 112 per end, and the rule changes now. You have just 4 total, and you can pick them anytime you want. So, and for Irwin, he hasn't chosen a 12 yet.
No, he has all 4, but there's only 3 arrows left.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we've already seen the multiple 12s in one end come into play when Jeremy was able to move on the match from hitting 2 12s in a row. So, I mean, if I was Ryan, I'd already be turned around and have that thing on lit.
Yeah,
so.
for sure. All right, so 96-98. So 2 points for the Italian, as noted in our Dead Center Archery Products scoring. And of course, as you can see in the upper right-hand part of your screen, this feed is being brought to you by True Ball Excel. So here we go. The archer behind will lead us off. That, of course, your number 3 qualifier, Ryan Irwin, who actually had qualified after your 660 round in 11th, but just shot lights out, 130, 129, 128 in his elimination matches. And those points added on to his score got him to a total of 1,036.
11, believing
That's probably an 11 there. So
no, I'm telling you, it breaks the line on a 27. There's, you know, the argument you have at the range with people that have done the math, have done the
10-9 line.
That's the problem, right? Yep. The formal recurver.
10.
Okay. You gotta argue with me on that one?
Oh, hit it. There you go. Little help there from Ryan.
A couple different ways to go about this. I think if you have a fiber pin from the archers I've talked to, if you have a small fiber pin, you just aim right at it. People that are shooting
12,
got it.
Yep.
All right, so a 10 seals the deal. Depending on that arrow call, an 11 will do it as well.
11.
Okay. No question on that one.
Yep.
So, yeah, I mean, I've heard of different people either aiming at it or putting clicks into it.
Putting clicks into it, yeah. Here's PJ.
It's looking like we're going to have a 2-point victory for Marco Morello. Judges are taking a close look. We've got an asterisk. Making the judges work for it today, but we want to give the archers every chance to get every point. And so that is it official. We've got a 1-point win for Marco Morello. Ryan Irwin's going to finish in 4th place. Take home $1,250. Give it up for Ryan Irwin. Okay, our second seed archer in men's open is Landon Standish. Landon Standish, let's give him up. Give it up for him from Shelby, North Carolina. It's the first time he's been at the classic stage. Congratulations, Landon.
All right, so here comes a 23-year-old, 12 years shooting his bow out of Shelby, North Carolina. The 2024 NFA Indoor National Adult Male Freestyle winner.
And he had to win that in the shoot-off. That was I was actually sitting there watching that match when he won in 2024, and that was a pretty epic shoot-off.
Hey, listen, you know, shoot-off's a lot of pressure, so this is a little different feel, obviously, up here. But so the one thing that Landon Standish has going for him, he understands how to deal with the pressure after a big victory like that.
Yeah, so he shoots for University of the Cumberlands, I believe, and I don't know if you've been to any of those collegiate events or seen any of the collegiate events.
They're wild.
They are wild. So, I mean, he's definitely used to handling pressure and noise and distractions. So he should be pretty good on this one.
Score is upper left-hand part of your screen, presented by Dead Center Archery Products. 20 yards downrange to a 40-centimeter target face, and right out of the gate, Standish leads us off with an 11. Marco Morello still, who is your fourth place qualifier, has now guaranteed himself a podium. The winner of this match will go to shoot against our #1 qualifier. And you have to stick around to find out who that is.
11.
This live feed presented by True Ball Excel. And of course, here in the venue, Darton, Black Eagle, and True Ball Excel have made this possible.
11.
Landon off to a quick 1-point lead here. A couple of strong shots right out of the gate, putting some pressure on Marco. That's his only second 10 he's had.
Third 10, yeah.
Third 10 since he's been up here. So
11. Got it.
Ooh. Doesn't look like 20 still.
23s.
Yeah, 23s. Yeah, but we're both looking at the same thing going, wait a second. 23 diameter arrows is what we're talking
11.
about. The maximum diameter arrow allowed is basically what we call 27s. Yeah. Here's PJ.
Archers. Landon Standish, you got your own smoke screen going over here. Welcome to the Lancaster Archery Classic Final Stage. Have you been here before?
This is my 6th year being here, first time on the stage.
First time on the stage. How's it feel so far?
Not as bad as I thought yet.
How's it feel to open? Judges have given that an 11. What's that do for your confidence open with a 33?
Just to repeat the same process over and over again.
All right, great attitude there, Landon. And yes, as we mentioned, 33 for Landon Standish, 32 Marco Morello, heading into our second end.
Now, there is a distinction in arrow sizes when you get to a lot of European competitions, definitely World Archery, USA Archery, whether, you know, indoor competitions, that 23 diameter arrow is the largest one. But then, you know, here in the States, we like to give archers a little bit more in the 27s. So it really, I think, what's he shooting a PSE Dominator Duo? So it just seems like these arrows probably come out of the bow best for him.
Yeah, and I know he does a lot of USA Archery stuff as well, so he may have found a recipe on that arrow that really, really works for him. So he may just decide, hey, this is working, I'm not going to change anything.
To the 33-year-old Marco Morello, who's back into the 11 ring. Interesting breathing process by Standish, I've noticed. He takes a deep breath when he gets the full draw.
11. Got it.
Just touching that line, that's all you need. These guys aren't giving each other an inch.
Settling into his shot. Looks like he's got a
11.
kisser button he's using for like a nose button.
It looks like a little brass knock he's got up there, maybe.
11.
This is impressive. 66 for both of them. Here's PJ.
We'd like to talk about the equipment. First, I have to ask what kind of chalk, because I inhaled it when I walked up here. It's kind of bitter.
Yeah.
But what is that chalk?
So my dad does bowling, and it's a rosin bag for bowling, so it keeps your hands dry the whole time you shoot.
Maybe you could get flavored chalk next time. A little nicer for me. Let's run through your gear for us.
So I shoot a PSE Dominator Duo 38 M2 with true ball sight, shrewd scope, Hamskea peep and rest with Conquest bars, Easton X23s with Bronco vanes, and Stan Lynx release.
All right, great setup. It definitely is working. You have not dropped a point yet. 66-65 after 2 ends for Landon Standish. He leads by 1 point.
Yep, so their combined score in that last end was 66, but with that 110, uncharacteristic after all the arrows that we've seen from the Italian Morello, shooting a 10. So could we, I don't think we have seen Marco actually go for a 12 yet.
No, we have not. So he hasn't been in the position where he's needed it yet. I think this is the first time he hasn't led.
11.
And make no mistake, these archers have been watching this with the 12 ring long enough to formulate a strategy before they get to this stage. If they haven't thought about it, I would be shocked.
Yeah, I mean, last year when they started that 12 ring,
11.
was it last year or 2 years ago?
2 years ago.
2 years ago. I mean, first year, didn't really see much of it. Last year, you really started seeing some gamesmanship, and especially in the Open Pro class where it came out and first arrow hit the button or something like that. So, I mean, it's
Dick Cousins did it, and then Stefan Hansen was doing it, Mike Schlusser.
Well, and now with the other change of having it where you can call it 4 arrows in a row, it's gonna put another little wrinkle in there.
11.
Marco's putting on a show. Still down a single point, though.
9.
Until then. And that's what it's, you know, staying there in the game and just pounding out these 11s and Standish, just with that little high bobble. You can see lower right-hand part of your screen, the green circles are Standish's arrows and where they're landing.
So Marco wasn't able to take full advantage of that 9 by Landon and hit an 11 to take a 1 point lead. So we're going to go tied score into the last end.
We're all even. Here's PJ talking about
indoor archery, compound target archery in Italy.
Yes, we have many shooters in archery, in compound archery.
Is that club-based, or where do you compete at? What kind of venues?
Sorry?
Are you shooting at clubs, different clubs around there, shops? Where do you compete in Italy?
My club is the Aeronautica Militare. There's also my sports group, is the like army, and it's my job.
All right. So it looks like we have a tie match headed into our last end, 97-97. This is for the right to take on the #1 seed.
Yeah, and Marco's alluding to the fact that, you know, like, archery is his passion and it's his job. So, in a very good position. And right now, if you're in Italy watching this, your Saul smiles because he's putting on a show.
10.
Landon aimed really long on that one. You can tell last few ends, his shot's been clicking along pretty good, and that one seemed to hang up a little bit on him.
Inside out.
Smoke.
So that gives Marco a 1 point lead going into the last 2 arrows each. See what Marco does here, and if Landon's going to turn around and push that button on the 12. He's already reaching for it. Let's see if Marco, there he goes. He knew it. He's like, he had the plan in his mind. Like, if he's going to be down, he's going to have to do it. If Marco shot a 10, he probably would have went for the 11.
He turned around, looked at his coach, Todd Tongle, and was just like, all right, well, we gave it a go.
Yeah. That dot is so small. I mean, it's it's a little bit smaller than the Vegas X, and 11 to in for Marco, and he's just rolling through them all.
He certainly is. On that one, he dropped 2 points, but Marco's going to advance. Here's PJ.
Standish is going to finish in third place, take home $2,000 from us. Give it up for Landon Standish.
Thank you, Doc. And our first seed in the men's open division is Wayne Hitchcock from Funk, Ohio. Wayne Hitchcock. Let's give it up for Wayne Hitchcock. Funk, Ohio. This is his first time on the classic stage. Welcome, Wayne.
All right, so Wayne Hitchcock coming in here, and he initially had qualified in our number 4 seed, but when he went through his elimination rounds, he shot a 130 out of a possible 132, then a 129 and a 131 to advance. And when you put all those numbers together, he scored a total of 1,043 points for the weekend. And Standish, who we just saw exit the stage, 1,042 points. So now the number 4 seed going up against the number 1 seed for all the marbles in this hotly contested amateur open category. $8,000 for the winner, $4,000 for second place. 6 years shooting, NFA Young Adult Indoor Champ.
18 years old. Another Ohio shooter that
what's
I
going
see
on?
all over the place.
You're
at
from
these
Ohio.
tournaments.
Is this all your fault? Are you like getting all these people to shoot really well?
Ohio has a very, very strong target archery scene.
Is it also strong indoor? Are there a lot of clubs that have indoor ranges that you can belong to?
Yeah, there's a decent amount. I think Wayne shoots a lot at McCormick Archery. Like I said before, another guy that shot at McCormick Archery, they do a lot of tournaments, weekly leagues. Yeah, there's always places to shoot in Ohio.
Active shops really help, with raise the level of archery in your local area. I know I started competing in the Chicagoland area, and between Wisconsin, Chicago, Indiana, Michigan, just that whole area, just so much focus on clubs, shops, especially those that had indoor ranges. Mm-hmm. You pay $100 a year, you get a 24-hour access to a place, and you can shoot to your heart's content.
Yeah. And Wayne shoots with the adults when we shoot at league at McCormick. I mean, he's shooting with everybody else. So iron sharpens iron, and he's shooting against guys that have been shooting better than him the last few years, and
11.
Obviously it's paying off.
Whoa, and he has got a really nice shot. A smooth draw, strong bow arm. Notice he has V-bars too. Interesting the amount of weight he's got on his bow.
11.
And there goes the Italian. Right back to where he's comfortable in the 11.
Nine.
Yeah, see, the first shot, he just drew back, aimed, bang, let it go. That second shot, you can see he started to aim a little bit.
11.
Hey, this is where Marco's probably got a little bit of an advantage, being up here, being under pressure a few times, and he kind of knows what's going on. He's been up on the stage for 4 matches. Get Wayne back in it now.
And what's interesting about this tournament and the 12 ring is that, with the way scoring works here, a 9 isn't the end of the road at this level in compound archery, because you have those 4 12s at your disposal.
Get the 4 12s, and if you get a 10 here and there, you can gain a point back if you're shooting an 11 to match that arrow.
Here's PJ.
Welcome to the Lancaster Archery Finals Classic Stage. Is this your first time here?
Yes, sir.
How's it feel?
Great.
Great. How are the nerves doing? I know your coach back here prepares you for this.
Yeah, they're a little wicked, but we're here, so it's time to shoot.
All right, best of luck. And Coach, I have to ask you, shouldn't you be getting ready for something?
Yeah, I should be, but this is important.
All right, George Riles is in our finals for the Masters Open Pro, but of course he's a coach at the Archery Learning Center. He's got to come out here and take care of his students there. We appreciate George a bunch.
And Masters Open Pro not on our docket here in the Olympic Hall, but it is on the schedule, which we're going to show you in a little bit as to we have simultaneous streams going on right now because the weather system is coming in and it's going to affect a lot of people in the eastern part of the United States. Lancaster Archery Classic folks decided that they were going to cancel Sunday's events, and everything is going on right now in 2 different halls. So George Riles will be competing over there. We'll give you more information about that in a little bit as we get to the end and decide the champion of this amateur open category.
11.
Marco, same hole. He's just been on a roll. Wayne back in the 11 ring there.
And also important and comfortable, you know, when you know, because you can see, especially if you're shooting like a fiber, you can see where that hole is in the upper left part. So to start a nice hole in the middle of your target is important.
11, inside out.
Like this guy.
I can't see what Marco's shooting. It looks like Wayne's shooting a lighted fiber. I couldn't tell if Marco was shooting a dot or a pin.
11.
If you look at the top of his scope rail, or around there, it looks like he's got some type of, yeah, we can't really see it from here, it's being blocked. But it looked like he had some kind of light device on there.
11, 33.
Wow.
Marco was just rolling.
Just like that, a 66 to 62.
Wayne's going to have to start hitting that 12 button.
Yep,
shortly.
definitely is. All right, here's BJ.
Matthew's title, Gen 1. I got Joey's bowstrings. I'm shooting Excel bars. Got an Excel sight, Excel housing, everything. I'm shooting Fulcrum Flex.
Arrows, you're shooting?
Gold tip.
Another gold tip. All right.
The light is just dancing off of that bow up there. It's amazing. It looks like jewelry. Putting on a heck of a show.
Talking about the riser was Rob Koffold. Looks like some type of candy, right? Like a candy red. Yeah, didn't you have a Camaro like that one time when you were like 16? I can't remember. So number 4 seed shooting off against the number 1 seed, and right now, Marco Morello from Italy he was initially our number 7 qualifier, and he has just rolled through the competition, and now continues
11.
to put the pressure on the young 18-year-old Wayne Hitchcock out of Funk, Ohio.
Marco continuing to roll here, and my guess is if Wayne shoots an 11 here, the last arrow he's going to shoot in this end is going to be a 12.
10.
And with that, he's probably going to have the 12.
Our final match of Amateur Open.
He's looking at it.
He certainly is. Is he going to do it?
Oh, I think it's going to come down to the Marco shoots at 11. Yep, he's going to have to. There it goes.
All right, so the 12 is called for Hitchcock. Greg White, Dan Yazzie here as we're in their closing stages. You can see the Dead Center Archery products scoring at the top. You can see the difference of 4. He's trying to close the gap.
12. 12 was called.
There he got it. Okay,
You got
so,
it.
but the way Marco's shooting at this point, it could just be a 1-point advantage, like gaining back 1 single point.
Yeah, he had 4 points on top of him before he hit that 12, with 4 extra points available. So,
yep, here we go.
If Marco continues to shoot the 11s and Wayne can shoot 3 12s, they're going to be tied and have to go to a shoot-off.
Just 3 12s.
Just 3 12s. It's not that big of a deal.
Now, what is interesting is I did see Wayne just grab some clicks. So Wayne is at the possibility, instead of having to, like, you know, we've talked about the different ways that you can do it, right? in this particular case, if he's able to adjust the sight because he knows from this point on it doesn't matter, I'm just shooting 12s,
Yep.
he can still aim to the middle but set the sight so it hits the 12?
Well, yeah, you can see that arrow. I think it hit a little bit high on the 12, so he may have put a few clicks in it. It'd be like, because if you're aiming at the big yellow spot, it's a little different than aiming at a little tiny white dot. So your aim may be a little different, and it'd be like, all right, let's put some clicks just so I can feel comfortable not to aim so hard.
It's a 3-point lead, 99-96 over Wayne Hitchcock.
99-96. We're kind of assuming right now the way that Marco Morello has been rolling through this, he is capable of shooting a 10 every now and again. But I think with Hitchcock, you got to say, especially with George Riles in his coaching box, look, he's just going to put up a 33.
Yeah.
So just leave the 12 ring on, and let's see if you can get 3. Really, this is going to be 4 for 4 in the 12 ring if he can do it.
Yeah. And if he hits a 12 here, it may start putting some pressure on Marco as well.
Got it.
There it
12.
goes.
Oof. Right there where he needed, across the line. Okay.
There it is.
12 called again.
There's the answer. Okay. So now
He went to push the button. I'm like, what's he doing? It's already on.
So now it's 2 points. The difference. All of this for the championship.
Just
Nope.
under 7.
And the possibility of hanging on the 2026 banner slipping through his fingers for our #1 qualifier. What a performance this archer has put on for us. And he does it one more time. 12, of course, is called. This is the Hail Mary. Just do whatever you can and hope for some reason.
Just off.
Oh, just top again.
So close.
Here we go. This is for all the marbles and a perfect score.
10.
Didn't matter.
He needed a point.
A point, yeah, he needed a point. And how about this? From 4th place, after qualifying in 7th and working his way up through 3 elimination matches to 4th overall, Marco Morello is your 2026 Lancaster Archery Classic champion in the open category, and $8,000. What a run!
Yeah,
How do you like that?
That was pretty amazing to watch him go from 4th all the way up to 1st, and he put on a show.
Amazing, very good. What was your best finish in when you came over here recurve?
Sorry?
What was your best finish? How'd you do in recurve when you came here?
Matteo, cosa ha detto? Can you repeat?
That's okay, no good. Hey, we want to congratulate you for what you did here this weekend. You're our champion. For 1st place, you're going to take home $8,000. Give it up for Marco Morello.
Congratulations to Marco Morello. He's going to get his face on the banner next year at the Lancaster Archery Classic. And that is the largest category that we have here, the amateur open category, and he stands atop, coming from 4th place after qualification and elimination matches.
$8,000 richer.
Not too shabby. Hey, that's plane ticket to come back next year. Your thoughts on this one, Dan?
It was a great 8 matches what we saw here. Saw some different playing on the 12 ring and had somebody come back and hit a couple of them in an end to make a win and make a move. Overall, it was a great open matches that we saw here.
All right, that'll do it for Compound for right now. Next up, after our quick little break, it's going to be women's barebow, so don't go anywhere. More competition coming at you.